guys, welcome back to my channel. It is a hair up kind of day today. I really need to wash my hair and I just did not want it to be down. So we are just gonna have a nice casual hair up in a ponytail holder kind of video. Today we are going to do a foundation review, which I don't feel like I've done one in a while. I need to get back in the groove because that used to be like all I did. But today we're gonna be talking about the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Foundation Full Coverage Moisturizer. So before we start talking about that, I'm Mandy. If you don't know already, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, be sure and subscribe before you leave and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of my videos, because I've had people coming to me telling me I'm not showing them on their feed and my views have gone down a lot. And I've heard that complaint from a lot of other people too, and I think it's this new algorithm that YouTube has, but if you hit that notification bell, you won't miss any of my videos. So we are going to be talking about this full coverage moisturizer. Now I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. This is not a moisturizer. This is a foundation. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I don't consider this a moisturizer. I know they call it a full coverage moisturizer, but to me, it is a foundation. So if I keep saying foundation review, I'm not going to say moisturizer review because that just seems so weird to me. So this just launched, goodness, I want to say maybe last week, where you could actually get it on Ulta and IT Cosmetics a few weeks ago. I actually got mine. I pre-ordered mine from QVC, which y'all know I always do for something like this from IT Cosmetics or some other brands that QVC carries, because you almost always get some kind of combination package deal for a whole lot cheaper. Okay. Sorry, I was just reading some of the reviews and it just proves how different I am from so many people. Anyways, this is $39.50 for it says 1 ounce, but it's like 1.014 ounces on Ulta. It's $39.96, so only 50 cents more on QVC, and you get the brush with it. That to me is an absolute no-brainer. I don't know why anybody would not do that, because I'm going to be talking a lot about this brush as well. I got the color medium tan. I talk about in the demo how I got a color more suited to summer because we're so close to summer, and I knew that I was going to want something a little bit darker. So while I made it match today, it might seem a little bit dark because I'm on my last day of self-tanning. Everything's kind of fading. I'm going to talk about the claims real quick, and then I'm going to go into the demo. And this one's going to be a little bit different than my other foundation reviews. While I took notes on like what primers and powders and stuff I wore, I'm going to be concentrating more on how it compares to other IT Cosmetics foundations, because I find that that's the biggest question. When you look at like their Instagram feed and stuff, when they were first talking about this moisturizer, everybody was asking, how does it compare to the CC cream? How is it different? And I also compared it to their Bye Bye Lines foundation. So that's what I'm going to be concentrating on the most in this review. But the claims are, it's the first ever full coverage moisturizer from IT Cosmetics. Formulated with its most advanced complex, Bye Bye Foundation is designed to deliver hydration as your moisturizer, perfect the look of your skin as your full coverage, and protect your skin with SPF 50 sunscreen. So it does have SPF just like the CC cream, SPF 50. It does everything, but it feels like nothing. It feels completely weightless on your skin. It's infused with peptides, hydrolyzed collagen, and you're helping to address the appearance of the signs of aging. It's formulated with fermented rice, fermented coconut water, fermented sea kelp, fermented green tea, fermented white ginseng, and fermented pumpkin and antioxidants. So I think that's their big thing. When I saw their responses to everybody asking how it was different, they were talking about how this has a lot more fermented extracts in it. So the claims sound very similar to the CC cream. Now, just before I get into the demo, I will say I am not a fan of the CC cream. There is something in it that burns my skin. Not to the point of like making it red, but it feels hot all throughout the day. Sometimes it even feels itchy, and it does not last on my skin as long as I prefer a foundation to last. So keep that in mind before we start talking about the comparisons. But real quick, I'm going to jump in so you can see the demo and the coverage and how it applies and everything like that. Okay, so here is my skin with nothing on. I do have a color corrector on, and a primer. I use the Dr. Brandt's Pores No More primer. So that's the only thing I have on my face right now. So you can see it never comes across on the camera like I want it to, but I do have some redness right here. I always have redness on my chin, and then I have redness right here. So my redness tends to go in a stripe down my face, if you can see that. you know, some days one side's better than the other, but typically they both have that stripe of redness. Again, I'm in the color medium tan. I'm on my last day of like where I need to self tan again, so this may look a little dark. But I wanted to get a color that was going to match me in the summer since it's getting so close. So that is 2 pumps right there. You can see it is a thicker texture. It's not moving on my hand. Well, there you go. It's not moving on my hand. So just like I always do, I'm going to apply a little bit. And I'm going to use the brush that came with it, the Bye Bye Foundation Heavenly Luxe brush. Skin Perfecting Complexion Brush number 22. And I'm just going to start stippling first to kind of disperse the product. I do like going over my lips. That's a personal preference. And then I'll kind of start spreading it around and, you know, coating my hair. So that is how fast this foundation is in covering your face, especially with this brush. I have found that it works so well for that. So you can see I don't really have any redness evident anymore. And there are no streaks from that brush. And my pores are pretty much the same. So it doesn't have like a blurring effect, but it doesn't enhance them either. And right off the bat, I think that it has a very natural finish. It's not matte, but it's definitely, so this is the side with no foundation. It's definitely not any more luminous or dewy than, frog in my throat, excuse me, than my actual skin. So you can see the difference there. So I'm just gonna finish applying it. And that's the finished face. I honestly probably could have used just 1 pump because that is what is left on my hand. I don't know why I didn't use 1 pump. I'm so used to using 2, but that's kind of good that you can get this much coverage and product spread throughout with just 1 pump. So I'm gonna finish the rest of my face and come back and tell you my thoughts on the foundation. Okay, so now that my makeup is all finished, we are going to talk about my final thoughts on this foundation. I'm not gonna do a check-in because I really just don't have time for it. I really wanna get this video up today. And I just feel like y'all at this point can kind of take my word because I'll tell you how long it lasts. I've tried this for now 6 days in a row. I've tried it with all different primers, all different foundations, or all different powders, excuse me. And it works fine with all of them. So I'm not gonna go like day by day of what I wore. But I am going to tell you that I wore it for about 12 to 14 hours each day that I wore it. Keep that in mind. I worked out on 3 of the 6 days that and I tried it with both the brush that it came with as well as a sponge. I'll tell you my preference in just a minute, but I am going to start on the day or the days where I compared it to my other IT Cosmetics foundations. Now, I do not have the CC cream because like I said before, I'm not a fan of it, but I do have like 18 of those little samples that come in with every like gift with purchase you get at Ulta. So I used that on half of my face one day and this new full coverage moisturizer on the other half. And while I put those 2 on my face, I wanted to kind of look at the ingredients to see the differences because I know that this is the most commonly compared product to the CC cream that IT Cosmetics carry. I'm gonna tell you what I did. I counted every ingredient. And that may not sound like a big thing, but IT Cosmetics is known for having so many ingredients in their products. I'm talking like, I can't even guarantee that this is the exact number because my eyes got blurry halfway through. That's how many ingredients it has. So the original CC cream has 97 ingredients. You heard me right. 97 ingredients. That is insane. I can assure you I have no other product in my makeup collection that has that many ingredients. This one has 77 ingredients. So there's 20 less ingredients in this. The differences do not start until the 29th ingredient. Okay, so the first 28 ingredients in this and the CC cream are the exact same in the exact order. The main differences are that they have different extracts in them and that there are the additional fermented extracts. I think I only saw one fermented extract in the CC cream, where this one has, I believe. I also saw that this has folic acid and biotin, where the original CC cream, I did not see that. Now again, there's 97 ingredients, so I could have missed something, but from what I have seen so far, that's what I've come up with. Okay, so this is what I have deduced, at least from that day of doing half and half. So many of the reviews are, this is so much worse than the CC cream. It's sheer coverage. I mean, y'all saw in the demo, that is not sheer coverage. I'm not quite sure where they're coming up with sheer coverage. So many people are saying it doesn't have good enough coverage. They say that the color range is awful, that they're all orange. I will say they have upped the color range. I believe there's 12 shades in this, where in the CC cream there's not that many. So that is a plus in their direction, but everybody's saying they run pretty orange. This medium tan is quite yellow and warm undertone. However, I think you can tell it kind of evens itself out once everything's applied. And it was a tad darker than the medium in the CC cream, which is what I used, but it wasn't enough to make a big difference. So the first thing I noticed was that I feel like this has more coverage than the CC cream. That's why I was laughing when I was looking at the reviews, because I'm always the one that feels differently than everybody else. If you've seen any of my other reviews, I feel like it's pretty consistent through. I had an immediate burning effect with the CC cream when I put it on than I did with this. And on that day, I used no primer. So there was not anything on my skin but my normal skincare. And the side that I had the CC cream on immediately burned my face. There's something in it that's not in here that burns my face. My pores look better on this side. And I felt like it was less dewy all day than the CC cream, and it didn't break up as much than the CC cream. So obviously, if you haven't been able to tell, I like this a whole lot better than I like the CC cream, because it does not irritate my skin, it lasts longer, and I feel like I can control the shininess a little bit better with this one than I can with the CC cream. Now, the next day I did half of the Bye Bye Lines foundation, which is this one right here. I've done a whole review on that, and half with the new one. My notes on that, I did use a sponge this day. I do feel like there's less coverage with this, with a sponge. Maybe the ones doing the bad reviews about the coverage, maybe they just used a sponge. I don't know, but it baffles me. I felt like, again, it had more coverage than this Bye Bye Lines foundation, and that it still looked better on the new side. Now this day I asked my family which side looked better, and Chad's always like, I don't know. He really examined my face this day though, and he said that he felt like the side with the Bye Bye Lines was holding up a little bit better than the side with this one. I asked my 9-year-old, who is very, very picky about makeup. She has learned well from her mama, and she really examined my face, and she thought the side with this looked better. I did not tell them what was on each side or even what I was reviewing. Chad could care less, and Cortland didn't ask. I will say I have medium tan in this one, and I have medium tan in this one. They are not the same color. That's another negative review. I have found that the colors are not consistent throughout the foundations, and I have to agree, at least with these two. This is way warmer than this one in medium tan. This one is more neutral. So if you have this in medium tan, know that if you go to get this one, it is going to be a warmer shade. I still felt like my pores looked better with this side. So these are super similar in my opinion. It really did take a fine eye for me to decide which side was better. It was a very easy decision on the CC cream, but for this, I felt like they were super similar. So the difference in these is the SPF. You are getting SPF 50 in here. You are not getting any SPF in this one. So if you like this one a lot and you are wanting something maybe for the summer that has more SPF, I think you're personally going to really like this one. So my final thoughts on the foundation are, it does feel like nothing. I don't feel like I have anything on my skin. I like it 100 times better than the CC cream for all the reasons that I've already mentioned. I like it a little bit better than this, but again, they are very similar. The only difference being the fermented extracts, which I get that kind of stuff for my skincare. I don't look for it in my foundation products. So, you know, everybody's different with that, but that doesn't really sway my decision either way. I just know that this one feels better than the CC cream, looks better than the CC cream, lasts better than the CC cream, and is all around better. I give this a thumbs up. I like it. If you have this, again, I don't think you need it unless you're wanting something for the summer with some SPF. because I feel like that is the main difference. I know a lot of people are die-hard, love the CC cream. Obviously, if you have that, I don't think you need this one. But if you don't like it, because I know after I talked about this before, a lot of people said they had the same reaction to the CC cream, I think you will actually like this one. And I personally think it's worth a try, especially from QVC, because I didn't mention, I like it better with the brush than I do the sponge because you get a little bit more coverage. Other than that, there is no difference in the application. It's just the coverage. So I would definitely get it from QVC. I will try to link both links down below, but I don't know why you wouldn't get it from there for 50 cents more and a free brush, which cosmetic brushes are awesome, but they are very expensive when you buy them separately. So hopefully this answered any questions you had, at least on how it's different from maybe the other products in the IT Cosmetics line, the other base products, and help sway your decision either to buy it or not to buy it. I don't know. Let me know. Was it helpful? Are you going to get it? Have you tried it? What do you think? Are you one of the ones that think it's awful and so much worse than CC cream? Or are you like me, who never agrees with everybody else and thinks it's actually a good product? So as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you will stay and subscribe before you leave, and that you all go out and have a very blessed day.